Okay, students, today class we are continuing that one digestive glands. What are involved in our digestion? So first, in the previous class we discussed about that how many different type of digestive glands. How many different digestive glands we discussed in the previous? Salivary glands is over, liver is over, pancreas is over. In these three glands, which one is does not have digestive enzymes? Which one is having? Which one does not having digestive enzymes? Liver. But pancreatic enzyme. But pancreas is secreting so many proenzyme. Along with that, other enzymes also they secreted. Yesterday class only we discussed, and today gastric glands we are discussing gastric glands. So gastric glands. Come on, where it is situated? Gastric glands. Yes, stomach. Mainly in which layer of stomach it is situated? Yes, mucosa. Okay, now so gastric glands located in mucosa of stomach. In mucosa of stomach, and it is commonly situated. You already know our stomach is consist of three parts. That is called cardiac, fundus, and pyloric. Three parts are there. So cardiac. Okay. So this is about the extra point I'm giving. So first of all, cardiac glands. These are commonly cardiac glands. And second one is called them as pyloric glands. Pyloric glands. And third one is called fundic glands. Fundic or oxyntic glands ante kariತೀವಿ. Not oxyntic cells, oxyntic glands. Okay. So cardiac glands, pyloric glands. Already by seeing of this one only you are understanding where does these glands are situated. So cardiac glands are situated in the which one? The cardiac region. Cardiac region of the stomach. Pyloric glands are situated in the pyloric region. Fundic glands, fundus part is there. Those glands are present in the fundic region, what we can call oxyntic glands. So cardiac glands, it secretes the mucus, it secretes mucus, and pyloric glands also secretes mucus. It is also secrete mucus, and one more important thing is they're also secreting one enzyme that is called secretin. Also secrete secretin hormone. Secretin hormone they can release by these pyloric glands. Again, next, fundic glands or oxyntic glands, it consists of three type of cells. But in your textbook they are given these three type of cells only given, this one is not given. So that's why I'm giving the perfect scheme I'm writing. Okay, no? So as it is you can copy. So oxyntic glands or fundic glands, it consists of three type of the cells. Name out. The first one is called mucous neck cells. The first one is called mucous neck cells. Second one is called, what about the second one? That is called peptic or chief cells. Peptic or chief cells. Peptic or chief cells. And third type of the glands, can you speak out? That is called oxyntic glands or oxyntic cells, or it is also called parietal cells. That is called parietal cells. That is called parietal cells. Very good. Zymogen cells. It is also having one more name, that is called them as zymogen cells. Zymogen cells. Once again, oxyntic glands consist of three type of the cells: mucous neck cells, peptic or chief cells, and third one is called them as peptic or chief cells, also called, very good, zymogen cells. Okay. So now mucous neck cell, peptic chief cells are zymogen cells, and third one is called oxyntic or parietal cells. Let us, what is the function? Let us discuss that one. The what is the function? Mucous neck cells. Mucous neck cells, it commonly secretes which one? Mucus. It secretes mucus. It secretes mucus. You already know peptic or chief cells are zymogen cells. It secretes that one, two proenzymes. It secretes two proenzymes, pepsinogen, and prorenin. Pepsinogen and prorenin, like that, two enzymes they can secrete zymogen cells, but both are in inactive condition. Even there also secrete lipase enzyme. Little amount of lipase enzyme also secreted by zymogen cells. The last auxintic cells are parietal cells. Parietal cells are commonly secretes that one HCl and intrinsic factor also it secrete. Okay, so totally three types of the cells: mucous neck cells, peptic archive cells. Intrinsic factor, come on, what is the function of intrinsic factor? Means it is helpful for absorption of vitamin B12, vitamin B12 absorption is made by intrinsic factor. It is also called castless intrinsic factor, we can call castless intrinsic factor. That is okay. One time they're asked in your NEET examination, do you know the following glands absence, the following glands absent, it leads to anemia, it leads to anemia. Yes, which one? The auxintic glands. But what is the relation between anemia and auxintic cells? Because very good, auxintic cells, if it is present in our body, it will be helpful for absorption of vitamin B12. If vitamin B12 sufficiently, if you are get it is promote that one erythropoiesis meaning and production of RBC. But these auxintic cells, if they will suppress, means there is no absorption of vitamin B12. That's why there is no proper RBC production. That's why we are suffer anemia. In relation ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು exam ನಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so this is about the sample example. Understood? So that's why in your examination all are giving that one indirect questions only. If the absence of this gland, what is the function, will be stopped, like that questions they can ask. You see, for example, mucous neck cells, if you are removed from the stomach, mucous neck cells, if you are removed from the stomach, what will be happening in the stomach? Yes, okay, now because mucous neck cells, if you are removed, means there is no secretion of mucus. Then what will be happen? Very good. HCl can damaging the inner lining layer of the stomach. It leads to acidity. It leads to hyperacidity. Why? Because totally they will damaging the mucosa layer. Correct? Our HCl will be damaging the mucosa. Correct? Wrong? Four layers are present around that one. The stomach or not? Serosa, muscularis, submucosa, mucosa. Mucous layer will be damaged. Because what is the pH of our HCl? Come on, what is the pH of our HCl? 1.8 pH. 1.8 pH andre ಏನು? Minute metals also will be dissolved. Metals also. That much of acidity is there. That HCl, if you are take from our stomach and you have to put on the skin will be burned. But our stomach cannot burn, because who will protecting that one, the lining layer of the stomach? Mucus only. That's why mucus is very, very important. It is protecting the inner lining layer of the stomach from concentrated HCl. Okay, but in some human beings, gastric problems, gastric ulcers. Ulcers meaning and totally our HCl only damaging the mucosa layer. That's why they are getting stomach pain. Idike one reason also there, one bacterium also there, Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori is a bacterium causes hyperacidity. It is a bacteria causes hyperacidity. Hyperacidity. That is also called gastric ulcers. Gastric ulcers. Gastric ulcers. Very, very important, students. Those are having these gastric ulcers, better they should take that one, they should drink more water. Why? Because water, the HCl is secreted in our body, we can dilute that. That's why we have to drink water. Little excessive we have to drink. Plus we have to eat that one, mainly water containing vegetables like carrot, sautekai means cucumber. That pieces if you are take means what? Okay, so we can cure that one. We are relaxed from gastric ulcers. Clear? So Helicobacter pylori, it causes hyperacidity or it is also called gastric ulcers in the human being. Clear? Okay? Idura, total concept. But who will converting this pepsinogen into pepsin later? SCL. Even prorenin also renin, SCL also. But prorenin is more secreted in child stage, only in infant stage. Infant stage, infants nalli more secret agute, but in adult one, it is very less or absent also, very less or absent also. So prorenin. So in our body, prorenin not secreted more amount, but in children's, why? Because they are only drink milk only. That's why they are commonly producing. But pepsinogen and lipase, little amount of lipase also secretion takes place in our stomach. But the lipase are releasing means what? Little amount of which digestion also takes place? Fat digestion, but very minute. That's why the fat digestion in stomach is negligible. Negligible, we can't count it. Why? Because very little amount of fat digestion only takes place in the stomach. Clear? So which digestion only major takes place in our stomach? Protein digestion only occurs. Why? Because pepsinogen plus prorenin both are working on the which one? Proteins only. But any amylases are there in our stomach? No amylases. That's why there is no carbohydrate digestion. Just before you are ate that one, the rice. Correct? But rice is already reached that one, the stomach. Already churning is started. Correct? Churning is started. So after the churning, in the meantime only, the churning time only, SCL also secreted. Already SCL already is there in the. That's why what is the food we are taking that one into the stomach. Okay. What is the name of this swallowing of the food? Deglutition. Deglutition. Deglutition means the swallowing of the food. Swallowing of the food is called deglutition. You see, after the partial digestion of the food in our oral cavity, what we can call? Bolus. Bolus. Correct? Bolus by deglutition, it is enter into that one, the stomach, and it undergoes the churning. Plus, on this, and these are the enzymes also released, but these are inactive enzymes. Inactive enzymes are activate agute because of SCL. So pepsinogen activated into pepsin, and prorenin is converted into renin, like that. Okay. So pepsin and renin, both enzymes are worked on the proteins only, but there is no amylases. That's why what is the starch food? What is the rice we are eating? No, it's not digested in our stomach. What is the rice we are eating? No, we are not. Okay, no. So it is not digested in stomach. Only little digestion only occur in our oral cavity. How much percentage of the 30% of the starch digestion occurs in the, okay? But remaining percent of starch digestion, where it is takes place in our small intestine. In which part of the small intestine? Duodenum. So very very important. Now this point is you should remember once again. So totally gastric glands are present in the mucosa of stomach. It consists of mainly, stomach is consists of three parts. Mainly the mucosa of the three parts is contain glands. Suppose the cardiac plant also, in the cardiac part also cardiac glands are there. Pyloric part, pyloric glands are there. And fundic glands, fundic part, fundic glands are, oxyntic glands are there. But oxyntic glands only they are given in your textbook. Oxyntic glands only given in the textbook. Remaining one not given. So cardiac glands are secrete the mucus. Pyloric glands are secrete the mucus, and one hormone also they can secrete. Name out secretin. What is the function of secretin hormone in our digestion? Secretin hormone, it will be stimulate our pancreas. Secretin hormone stimulate our pancreas to releasing the water and bicarbonates. To releasing the water and bicarbonates from our pancreas. Very, 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 very important, dear students. Secretin hormone function. It is very helpful for to promoting that on the pancreas, to releasing pancreatic juices. Allah. Which one? Bicarbonates and water. Bicarbonates, water secretionally. Secretin hormone is very, very important. Do you know our gastrointestinal tract? Gastrointestinal tract, GIT. I think you are learning the before NEET examination, gastrointestinal tract. Gastro means what? Stomach. Intestine means intestine. So gastrointestinal tract also secreted how many different type of hormones? Four different type of hormones. You have to speak out. The first one is called CCK. CCK full form cholecystokinin. Cholecystokinin. Remember, second one is called the as secretin. Third one is called the as gastrin, and fourth one is called the as that is gastroinhibitory peptide. Gastroinhibitory peptide. Gastroinhibitory peptide, or shortcutly it is called GIP. Okay, students, totally our gastrointestinal tract can secrete that how many different type of hormones? Four hormones. In that four hormones, first hormone in CCK. CCK full form cholecystokinin. Who will speak that one? Cholecystokinin function, cholecysto hormone ivella. Okay na. So gastrointestinal hormone secretes the hormones, ivella hormones only. So these are completely hormones only. So cholecystokinin hormone, it will be stimulate both pancreas and gallbladder of the liver to release that one the bile juices and pancreatic juices. Bile juices from gallbladder, pancreatic juices from pancreas. Okay, who will stimulate that one? CCK will be stimulated. CCK is also, what is the full form of CCK? Cholecystokinin. Cholecystokinin, it will be stimulating which part of our body? One is gallbladder, second one is pancreas. So pancreas in the pancreatic enzyme secrete ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ cholecystokinin. ಅದೇ pancreas in the water bicarbonate secrete ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ which one? Secretin is very very helpful. So both function is different. Remember, but both are acting on the pancreas only. CCK is worked on pancreas and secretin also worked on pancreas only. Remember, students. ಈಗ third one gastrin. ಈ gastrin hormone also secreted by gastroinhibitory peptides or gastrointestinal tract. It can secrete the gastrin. Gastrin functioning to secrete that one, to stimulating the which cells, to stimulating the oxyntic or parietal cells to secrete which chemical? SCL. So SCL secrete ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ compulsory which hormone is very useful? Gastrin. Gastrin is responsible for that one, the secretion of the SCL, dear students. Very 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 important. Gastrin is very helpful for to stimulate the secretion of HCl. Why? Because gastrin hormone stimulate the oxyntic or parietic cells, then only they can secrete the HCl. ಈಗ last gastroinhibitory peptide GIP, this hormone function to stop that one the secretion of the HCl, to stop the secretion of the HCl, to stop the secretion of HCl. Which one? Gastroinhibitory peptide. Got it? So these are totally four hormones also there. These four hormones actually we are discussing in the last chapter, that is called which chapter? Chemical control and integration. In that one actually it will come, but it is related to our digestive system. That's why here only we have to discuss once again. Yeah, CCK, secretin, gastrin, gastroinhibitory peptides. This is about the four hormones is released by secreted by which part of gastrointestinal tract. Got the clarity? Every gland or every hormone is having a specific function. Every hormone is also a specific function. Remember. Clear? Okay, next. Fundic or oxyntic glands also having the three type of cells: mucosnic cells, peptic or chief cells, or zymogen cells. Last one in the oxyntic cells are parietal cells. What is the function? Or understand? So mucus and this one is okay. So and this one is secreted intrinsic factor plus HCl also. Clear? And very very important one more also. This is also I'm suspecting the 2022. What's are suspecting means what? Our gastric glands nalli means what? The lining layer of the our stomach. One more cells also there are, that is called argentophin cells. Argentophin cells also present. This is also very important. E argentophin cells, it secretes. Argentophin cells is also called G cells. E G cells is secretes that one. It is commonly secretes. Okay, one of the hormone that is called gastrin hormone. Very very important. Gastrin hormone. Just before we discussed, gastrointestinal tract is secrete the gastrin. Gastrin who will secrete means Argentophin cells, or it is also called G cells. Okay, that's why Argentophin cells are, they play a part in exotic function, endocrine function. Their function as a exocrine or endocrine function? Endocrine. Why it is called endocrine function means they are secrete. So very very important. It is the endocrine part. Endocrine part. So of the gastrointestinal tract, that is Argentophin cells. It is not secrete exocrine. It not secrete exocrine secretions. It secrete that one endocrine secretions. Nothing but what? Gastrin hormone. They can secrete a hormone is called gastrin. That one remember, students. Clear? Okay. Total gastric glands. All points we are covered. One point also we are not skipped. Got it? Okay, next we can go for that one. Last glands in the digestive system. What is the name? Intestinal glands. Next one is called intestinal glands. So this one I can explain with the help of one of the small chart, like table. So intestinal glands, in the intestinal region, totally 3 different type of cells are present. Can you speak out what the name? That is called Brunner glands. Brunner glands. And what about the second one? Brunner glands, yes, crypts. Crypts of Lieberkühn. Where it is present? Crypts of Lieberkühn. Very good. Basal part of 2 villi. Crypts of Lieberkühn. Plus Paneth cells also present. Paneth cells. But do you know Brunner glands, where it is situated? It is present in submucosa of duodenum. Submucosa of duodenum. But crypts of Lieberkühn is present. Yes, mucosa. Mucosa of duodenum. Mucosa of duodenum. Same. Paneth cells also present in the mucosa of duodenum only. Next, Brunner glands. What there secretes? Brunner glands secretes mucus. Next, crypts of Lieberkühn. What they can secretes? Different type of enzymes. That one also I am writing on like this. I am writing crypts of Lieberkühn also secreting different type of the enzymes. Secretes mainly amylopeptidases plus dipeptidases. Next one, disaccharidases. Can you speak out which one is called disaccharidases? That is sucrase, lactase, maltase. These 3 are called disaccharidases. Next, what about the third? That is called amylases. Next one, lipases. And one more also there can secrete. Ade nucleosidases. First nucleotidases. Students, if you want to remember means you can repeat this. Otherwise, you can't remember easily. Okay. So crypts of Lieberkühn, it is present in mucosa of duodenum. It secretes that one different type of enzymes. Different enzymes they can secrete. But here Paneth cells, the 2017 18 NEET question maybe. The previous NEET question, Paneth cells also present in intestinal region only. What is the function means? It secretes lysozyme. If you are listen that one, the lysozyme means it is one of the antibacterial enzyme. Where does it present in a lysozyme? Saliva, tears, and even cerumen also. Do you know cerumen? Earwax also contain lysozyme enzyme. So Paneth cells and Brunner glands and crypts of Lieberkühn. So these are. Next, Which secretions completely together call the mass? Which secretions completely we can together call the mass? Succus centricus. Yes. Okay. Succus centricus, or it is also called intestinal juices. Intestinal juices. Very, very important. Dear students, totally. What are the secretions from renal glands and the secretions from crypts of Lieberkühn? All are together called the mass succus centricus. But except the Paneth cells, lysozyme, it not comes under this succus centricus. Succus centricus means crypts of Lieberkühn enzymes, Brenner gland secretions, all are together called succus centricus. It's a very, very important. Succus centricus andre only intestinal juices alla. Means what? Only crypts of Lieberkühn juices alla. Along with the crypts of Lieberkühn juices and Brenner gland secretion also together call them as succus centricus. Who will speak that one? Come on, what is the function of mucus in the intestine? In intestine, what is the function of mucus? Same, it is also acts as a lubricant for easy passage of the food. Easy passage without causing any friction. Food and mucosa middle, there is no friction is occurs if the mucus is present. One time the question is asked like this only. From intestinal region, if you are remove that from the Brenner glands, if you are remove the Brenner glands, what is the function? It will be disturbed. Yes, the passage of food through intestine is occurs very smoothly or very roughly occurs. That's why when the food is movement is occurs through small intestine only, between the food and the intestinal inner lining layer, between which one is occurs now? Friction is occurs. Because of this friction, hemorrhages also occurs. Hemorrhages means internal bleeding, like rashes type of swellings also occurs. That is called hemorrhages. Maybe happen if the absence of the mucus or if the absence of the which one? Brenner glands. But the students, but really mainly dipeptidases and disaccharidases both are together called them as brush border enzymes ante karitam. Brush border enzymes is very, very important. Why? Because generally villi are present in the small intestine. Remember, correct? Villi is present. Sometimes villi terminal part also showing so much of microvilli also. So villi, microvilli, it is mainly forming these amylopeptidases, dipeptidases, even disaccharidases. Disaccharidases. Okay. So mainly brush border. But who is giving that one? The brush border? Villi. Villi of the small intestine is giving brush border. Brush border villi is producing these enzymes. That's why these are called brush border enzymes. Very, very, very important for your NEET examination. It is not there in textbook. Okay. So amylopeptidases and dipeptidases both are worked on which components? Amylopeptidases and dipeptidases both are worked on proteins. Yeah. Next, disaccharidases are worked on disaccharides. Can you speak out what are the disaccharides? Maltose, sucrose, lactose. Come on. In which disaccharide? Come on, the sucrase is worked sucrose. And lactase is worked on lactose. Maltase is worked on maltose. You know that one, nomenclature of enzyme. Every enzyme, end is compulsory. What is the suffix? Ase. Yes. Like that. Why? That's why majority of the enzymes, it will be end with ase only. Why? Because it is a suffix of the enzyme. Okay. So this is total concept. Lipases and nucleosidases, nucleotidases. But which one is secreted? Nucleases. Nucleases are secreted by whom? Pancreas. We discussed in yesterday class. Pancreas is secreted that one. How many inactive enzymes? 3 inactive enzymes. Can you speak out about the 3 inactive enzymes? Trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidases. Along with that, active enzymes also they can secrete. Speak out what the 2. What are the remaining active enzymes? Amylases, lipases, nucleases. Nucleases are 2 types, that is called DNase and RNase. So nucleases are secreted by pancreas, and totally nucleotidases, nucleosidases are secreted by intestine. This is important. And what is the pH of intestinal juices? Come on, the intestinal juices pH is to go down. What is the pH? That is called 7.6. It is the pH. And what is the pH of the our pancreas? Come on, the pancreas pH how much? 7.8 is the pH. 7.8 or 8 also. Approximately near to 8 pH is there, that is pancreas. But our intestinal juices pH is 7.6. Sometimes they may ask the mass the following questions. Mass the following question: one side pH, one side enzymes. Clear? So SEL pH, what is the pH of the SEL? Even pepsin and renin enzyme pH also 1.8. Why? Because pepsin and renin, it will be worked in 1.8 pH only. Correct? 1.8 pH. Why? Because HCl pH 1.8. Because in that HCl only, and it will become active condition. They are become active condition. Okay? Got the students? Okay, next one. What is the function of amylases? What is the function of amylases? Come on, the amylases are worked on the which one? Carbohydrates. Amylases are worked on the carbohydrates. Okay? But disaccharides is called the as amylases. Matte here there is no proper amylases. Okay, na? So no need to draw here. So directly disaccharides are there. Okay, next one, lipases. Lipases are worked on lipids. Nucleotidases are worked on nucleotides, and nucleosides worked on nucleosides. Like this. Okay, by one time and two times also we can't remember. Please, today night and tomorrow morning also just you have to revise. So intestinal glands juices also complete over. Okay, and we can go for that one, the mechanism of food digestion. Mechanism of food digestion. Let us see how to enter. Okay, next concept. Clear up? So totally two types of glands are over: gastric glands and intestinal. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 1.8 pH ಅದು 7.6 pH. Mechanism of food digestion. Mechanism of food digestion. Today we are discussing. Our food are in our body. The food digestion is one of the mechanical and chemical process. Mechanical and chemical process. Chemical process. Clear? Let us, we have to discuss in every part of the our elementary canal of the food digestion takes place. First of all, food digestion in buccal cavity. Food digestion in buccal cavity. Food digestion in buccal cavity or oral cavity. Come on, in the buccal cavity or oral cavity, only which digestion only occurs? No? Carbohydrate digestion only occurs. Carbohydrates. And which one is called carbohydrates? No? Starch. Okay? Only starch digestion, only carbohydrate digestion occurs. Clear? So mainly salivary amylase. Directly we have to write that one, the equation. Starch is converted to which one? The maltose plus dextrine. In the presence of what is the pH? 6.8. What is the name of the enzyme? Salivary amylase. Totally 30% of starch. 30% of starch converted into. So it is converted to maltose. 30%. Clear? Next, the food is mixed with the saliva. The food is the masticated food with saliva is what we can call bolus. Bolus means the masticated food. Masticated food with saliva. With saliva is called the bolus. And what is meant by deglutition? Deglutition also you should remember. Deglutition means what? The process of swallowing. The process of swallowing. Swallowing. The process of swallowing is called what? Deglutition. Okay. I hope that this one, no need to repeat. Correct? Can I go that one after food digestion, buccal cavity? Any food digestion in our pharynx region? No food digestion occur in our pharynx. Even in esophagus, no food digestion, and directly after, yes, okay, now stomach only the food digestion takes place. Food digestion in stomach. Food digestion in stomach. Next, food digestion in stomach. Okay. Okay, next, in the stomach, command of which food digestion takes place? Yes, protein digestion now. Okay, the digestion of protein, digestion of protein and lipids, digestion of protein and lipids occurs in that one the stomach, and no carbohydrate digestion. We do very important, no carbohydrate digestion. Why no carbohydrate digestion takes place in our stomach means, yes, absence of which enzymes? Amylases. Amylases are not present in our stomach. That's why digestion of protein and lipids are takes place. Digestion of lipids and proteins are takes place, and no carbohydrate digestion occurs in that one the stomach. Okay, you already know in stomach two inactive enzymes are there, that is called pepsinogen. Yes, okay, HCl will convert into pepsin. Prorenin, it will be converted into renin by HCl. So these two are called inactive, and these are two are called active. But how they can work on the protein digestion? We have to learn. Okay, HCl not only helpful for activation of the pepsinogen into pepsin and prorenin into renin, some other functions also there for HCl. What are the functions? Yes, it is a physical barrier. Okay, it is a physical barrier. Comes under innate immunity. Correct. Next, some other functions. Is it through the food? Through the food or through the water, so many bacteria are entered. It is having 1.8 pH now, but in that pH, no microbe can survive. Correct or wrong? That is also means what? They kill that one the microbes. Those are enter into our stomach through food. One more function. It is also preventing the decaying of the food. Food cannot decay. Decay means what? Decompose. Correct? Who is preventing the decaying of the food? Yeah. So these are about the three functions are there for HCl. One is it will converting the inactive enzymes into active enzymes. Second, it will be also kill that one harmful microbes. Those are entered through our food. Those are entered through our water or drink water. Okay. Next one, it is also preventing the decaying of the food. This is the three functions are there for HCl in our stomach. Clear? Again now, activated pepsin. Activated pepsin is worked on the which one? Proteins. It will be act on the proteins. Correct? So morning we are already ate that one the idli. Afternoon also little dal they are completely provided. Dal means nothing but which one the proteins. Correct wrong? Protein digestion does not take place in our oral cavity, only occur in the which one the stomach. After the stomach, intestinally also it is takes place. So in the stomach, what type of digestion means? The proteins mainly. Come on, which one will work? Pepsin will work. Pepsin will work, and they will convert it into proteoses and peptones. Sometimes the as it is equation they can give, but here fill up the blanks they can give. That's why equations also you should learn. Don't leave that one the equation also. Okay, you already know prorenin. Prorenin is majorly secreted in the infants, correct? But now E renin, it will be worked on the which one? Milk protein. Can you speak out what the milk protein? Casein. Casein. It is also milk protein. In this one, renin will work. Renin will work and it will be converted into paracasein. Paracasein, it will be combined with calcium and they will form it into calcium paracasein. Calcium paracasein. Calcium paracasein. Later, E calcium paracasein is converted into same proteoses and peptones. Proteoses and peptones. Are you observing here? In our stomach, complete digestion of protein is takes place? No complete, only partial digestion. You see? So finally what they are forming here? Proteoses and peptones. Here also which one is formation? Proteoses and peptones formation is occurs. Means complete digestion of protein does not take place in our stomach. Clear? And one more important thing, just before I said, in our stomach mainly peptic cells. Peptic cells is also called chief cells. It is also called which cells? Zymogen cells. It secretes the two types of inactive enzymes. That is what we can pepsinogen and protein. Along with that one more enzyme also they can secrete. What is the name? Lipase enzyme. Lipase enzyme also they can secrete. But lipase enzyme they can digesting the lipids of the food, but it is little amount. I already said, why? Because that's why it is negligible. Correct? So negligible. This is food digestion in stomach. ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಚರ್ನಿಂಗ್ is started already, but churning complete ಆಮೇಲೆ go digestion. ಅಂದ್ರೆ churning simultaneously. When the churning is going on simultaneously, protein digestion also occur, and there is no which digestion occur in the stomach? Carbohydrate digestion does not occur in our stomach. Clear? By the churning, what is happened means, okay now, the small thick parts will be completely modified into which one? It will be dispersed. It will be dispersed that one by churning that. Like curd, we are churning, then it will be curd completely. The fat will be separate, that is butter will be separate. Correct? Butter is separate, buttermilk is separate by churning of that. Same like in our food, in our stomach also, this churning is takes place. Because of this churning, what are the complicated food is there, it will be broken into small pieces. Clear? Finished up. Totally here. Up to here, the food digestion in stomach is over. How many hours our food is staying in that one? 4 to 5 hours. Very, very important. Next, the partially digested food in our stomach is what we can call chyme. Very, very important. Chyme. So, chyme and the word we are using in the stomach only. We can't use that one in the small intestine. Chyme means what? Partial digested food. Partial digested food in stomach. Partial digested food in stomach is generally calling as chyme. Okay, students, totally our stomach reactions what are going on, it will be mainly under the which pH? 1.8 pH. 1.8 pH nalli pepsin can also work in the 1.8 pH. Renin also can work on the 1.5, 1.8 pH. This is very important. Clear? Okay, then after the completion of food digestion in stomach and 4 to 5 hours. 4 to 5 hours. Okay, so totally it is commonly stored in the stomach only. Okay, then food digestion in where? Food digestion in intestine, mainly small intestine, because yes, in the small intestine the complete digestion and absorption also. Digestion and absorption of food. Absorption of food takes place in the intestine. Let us first one by one we can discuss. First, digestion of proteins we can discuss. Digestion of proteins we can discuss. Digestion of proteins mainly by pancreas and will completely pancreatic enzymes. Pancreatic enzymes are Next, intestinal enzymes, both are worked. Intestinal enzymes completely worked for digestion of the proteins. So first, what are the pancreatic enzymes? Pancreatic enzymes, which is helpful for okay digestion of protein. We can discussing digestion of protein, pancreatic enzymes. You already know little amount of protein digestion already started in the which region? The stomach. But in the stomach, 100% of protein digestion occurs? No, just 80 to 90% of protein digested into proteoses and peptones, and remaining 10 to 20% of protein still remaining. So, and one more important thing, pancreatic enzymes, first of all, trypsinogen is there, correct? Trypsinogen, it will be converted into trypsin. Come on, who will converting that one, the trypsin? Enterokinase. Enterokinase. Just before, I completely forgot that one. Better intestinal, Crips of Libercun is there, Crips of Libercun. The Crips of Libercun is also secreted enterokinase. Enterokinase, you can write at one side. That is. Next, chymotrypsinogen. Chymotrypsinogen is converted into chymotrypsin. By whom? Trypsin only. By trypsin only. Next, procarboxypeptidases. Procarboxypeptidases is completely converted into carboxypeptidases. Carboxypeptidases by which one now? That is also trypsin A. Trypsin A can be worked on this. Okay, students? These are inactive enzymes, inactive pancreatic enzymes. These are active pancreatic enzymes. Totally. Now, these activated pancreatic enzymes, these are called activated pancreatic enzymes. The activated pancreatic enzymes is worked on the partially digested proteins like this. You see, proteins and proteoses and which one are peptones. The more mele, come on, who will work? That is called trypsin. Trypsin will work, chymotrypsin will work, and carboxypeptidase also will work. Carboxypeptidases also work. So finally, they will convert it into which one? Dipeptides. Dipeptides ಗೆ convert ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Dipeptides. ಇದು ನೋಡ್ರ, even pancreatic enzymes also not digesting the proteins completely. Partially only they are digesting. That is called dipeptides. It will be converted into dipeptides. So this is pancreatic enzymes involved in the digestion of protein. Now in the digestion of protein in small intestine, after pancreatic enzymes activity, next intestinal enzymes. Speak out what the name of the intestinal enzymes are worked on this one dipeptide digestion. That is dipeptidases are worked on. Same continuation. Dipeptidases. Dipeptides already is there, dipeptides. A dipeptides mele command, which one will work? Dipeptidases will work. Dipeptidases, and they will convert it into which one? Yes, amino acids. You see, this is called amino acids. So final component is completely came that one. So intestinal enzymes involved in the protein digestion, that is dipeptidases, they will converting the dipeptides into amino acids. So final protein digestion also completed in the small intestine. So protein digestionally totally our gastric enzymes are working, plus pancreatic enzymes are working, plus intestinal enzymes also working. Name the gastric enzymes are working on the protein digestion: pepsin and renin. Name the pancreatic enzymes are working on protein digestion: trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase. And the intestinal enzymes, which one are? Dipeptidases. Correct sequence of digestion of proteins in our elementary canal. So finally, what is the simple form of the protein? Amino acids. So amino acids formation is over. Clear? This is called simple observable form. Digestion meaning alvara. Complex food is converted into simple observable form. So simple observable form only. So proteins converted into amino acids are over. Okay, then we can discuss that one. Which digestion now? You see, digestion of protein is over. Now what we have to discuss? Digestion of yes, in the food digestion in small intestine we are discussing. We are still discussing which one, the food digestion in small intestine. Here complete digestion and absorption also takes place, but in complete digestion only first digestion of protein we are discussing. Already discussed. Digestion of protein we are discussed. Now digestion of carbohydrates we are discussing in small intestine. In small intestine, how the carbohydrate digestion takes place. We have to discuss carbohydrate digestion or the digestion of carbohydrates. Digestion of carbohydrates. Digestion of carbohydrates. Digestion of carbohydrates. Next. Where? In small intestine. Yes, I written. I'm writing that SI full form small intestine. First, which one is small intestine only? First of all, pancreas. Pancreatic enzymes also worked on this. Let us pancreatic enzymes. Name out the pancreatic enzyme. What is the name of the pancreatic enzyme? Amylase. Amylase. Okay now. So already in our oral cavities, 30% only starch digestion is occur. Remaining 70% of the starch digestion occurs in our small intestine. So our remaining 70% of the starch, who will converting now? That is called pancreatic amylase. Pancreatic amylase, they will converting the remaining 70% of the starch into which one? Disaccharides. Disaccharides get convert madutara. Which one is called disaccharides? That is called sucrose, maltose, lactose. Lactose get convert madutara. This is the main important point for this. Food digestion, mainly carbohydrate digestion we are discussing. Carbohydrate digestion only. Okay, after the oral cavity, later carbohydrate digestion occur in the small intestine. In the small intestine, pancreatic juices, mainly pancreatic amylase, it will be worked on the starch and converted into disaccharides. Okay, now intestinal juice. Intestinal enzymes. Intestinal enzymes, or it is also called succus centricus. Succus centricus also worked on this. Already intestinal enzymes nalli, come on, which enzymes are there? Disaccharidases anta undi enzyme idada. Nenpidiya, which one is called disaccharidases? Okay, yes, okay now, maltase, sucrase and lactase. So now, idu disaccharides. Disaccharides. Which one is called disaccharides? Yes, which one is called disaccharides now? That is called maltose. First sucrose, then maltose, then lactose. These are called disaccharides. Just before I said, disaccharides anta ille barde nodi. That is called sucrose, maltose, lactose. Same I written now. Sucrose, maltose, lactose. ಈ disaccharides are converted into which one? Monosaccharides. Monosaccharides get convert aitu. Monosaccharides. Come on now. Who will converting that one? The sucrose. Who will converting that one? The sucrose into glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose. Which enzyme now? Sucrase enzyme. And maltose is digested to form glucose plus glucose. Two glucose molecules now. Seri, which one is formed? Maltose. Lactose is converted into glucose plus galactose. Glucose plus galactose is formed that. Now you have to speak out that what are the intestinal enzymes? What are the intestinal enzymes are working this? Yes. What is the name? Sucrase. Idu maltase. Idu lactase. These are total enzymes. Function is over. So finally, what are the products are formed? Glucose is formed. Fructose also formed. Next one, galactose also formed. Ide alva simple form of the carbohydrates. Which one is the simple form of the carbohydrate? Glucose, fructose, galactose. Finished. What is the protein we are ate that one? It is converted into amino acid. What are the carbohydrates we are taken that it is converted into glucose, fructose and galactose. Overall, the digestion of carbohydrates also complete. Digestion of carbohydrates also complete. Correct? Digestion of carbohydrates is complete. Okay, dear students, totally. The two more components also there. What are the food we are taking that? Come on now. Yes, fats and nucleic acid. We are taking the fat food also. Correct? We are also taking that one. Fruits also we are eating. But fruits also made up of so many cells. But every cell is contain nucleus. Inside the nucleus, which one is there? DNA and RNA. But it will also should digested, But what is the name of the enzymes are very helpful for digestion of nucleic acid means that is called nucleus are work and nucleosidases. Okay, so that's why when it is there I can continue that. Okay, I can't. Can I repeat this one? Yes. Okay. Once again I'm repeating this. Food digestion in small intestine. Complete digestion of the food takes place in our small intestine. Mainly in our small intestine are totally pancreatic juices are releasing. Pancreatic juices plus intestinal juices both are working and they are digesting completely. In this one first food digestion, mainly protein digestion we are discussing. E protein digestion pancreatic enzymes and intestinal enzymes. So pancreatic enzymes first they are inactive form. These are called inactive pancreatic enzymes: tryptinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase. So trypsinogen enterokinase will be converted into trypsin. Remaining two enzymes converted into chymotrypsin carboxypeptidase by trypsin only. This one also they can give in your maths the following questions, or they can give as it is diagram means what as it is equation they can give and fill up the blanks like questions also may ask. Careful students. Clear up? Next, these are the activated enzymes. E activated enzymes, it will be worked on the proteins, proteoses and peptones. Already after carbohydrate, after protein digestion in stomach, proteoses, peptones are formed. E proteoses and peptones, jotige little amount of protein also remaining. So on these three components, totally these three enzymes are worked and finally converted into dipeptides. Clear? On these dipeptides, intestinal juices, that is what is the name? Dipeptidases. It will be worked on these dipeptides and converted into amino acids. So protein digestion is completed by totally pancreatic and intestinal juices. Same time, we are taking that one carbohydrates also, but carbohydrate digestion only started in the buccal cavity, only 30%, but remaining 70% carbohydrate digestion takes place in our small intestine. Same. In this carbohydrate digestion also, pancreatic enzymes and intestinal enzymes both are worked. Mainly pancreatic enzymes, mainly pancreatic amylase. It will be converting the starch into which one? Disaccharides. What are the disaccharides? Means sucrose, maltose and lactose. Like that. Next, intestinal enzymes like disaccharidases. Correct? These three enzymes, what we can call? Disaccharidases. Saccharidases. Disaccharidases, they will converting the disaccharides into monosaccharides. And what are the disaccharides means? Already I said sucrose, maltose, lactose, here only I written. And these sucrose convert into glucose and fructose by sucrase, and maltase is converting maltose to glucose and glucose, and lactose converted into glucose plus galactose by lactase enzyme. So finally, carbohydrates also formed into or converted into simple absorbable form, that is glucose, fructose and galactose. This is carbohydrate digestion completed. Clear? Remaining very little away. Fat digestion. After fat digestion of nucleic acid digestion. So these are the two concepts are remaining. These are the two concepts are remaining. I can finish within 5 minutes. I can finish that one. The lipid digestion also. Okay. So little small siding lipid digestion. Lipid digestion. Okay. Yes, very simple. Very simple. Lipid digestion also. But lipid digestion is started in the which part of our alimentary canal? Stomach only, but it is negligible. But major amount of lipid digestion occur in intestine only. In intestine, come on, which glands are involved in the lipid digestion? Mainly, yes, mainly liver. Liver means what? That is called bile juices. But bile juices are not completely digesting, just large fats, they are broken into small droplets. What is the name of the droplet? Micelles. It will convert into micelles that. So that's why lipid digestion. Next, lipid digestion we are discussing, or fat digestion. Lipid or fat digestion, very small concept. So lipid digestion, where does it is occurs means lipid digestion occur in okay, where it is occur, lipid digestion occur in yes, stomach, stomach and intestine, small intestine it is occurs, but in stomach negligible, negligible, it is negligible. Lipid digestion occur in stomach, but it is very less amount only. Why? Because less amount of lipase only secreted in the stomach. Okay, so that's why lipid digestion in small intestine we can discuss about lipid digestion in small intestine. In small intestine ಅಲ್ಲಿ come on the first liver. Liver also plays very little role in this one. So liver, what the function means, it converting the fats into droplets, it converting the fats into emulsified fats, emulsified fats, emulsified fats, it is also called micelles. Okay, by bile juices, bile juices, it will be converting that one emulsification of fats. Okay, then after the liver, next which one is pancreas? Pancreas, pancreas also play an important role in the digestion of the fat. Mainly pancreas is secretes what, which enzyme? Pancreatic secretes lipase, correct? E pancreatic lipase, what they will do means, you see, emulsified fats, emulsified fats convert into which one now? Triglycerides, triglycerides, triglycerides by which enzyme? Lipase, lipase enzyme, they will converting the emulsified fats into triglycerides. Okay, next intestine, intestine mainly intestinal juices or intestinal glands. Same, right? Intestinal glands nalli also which enzyme is there? Lipase. What is the function of this lipase means? Same, they will converting the triglycerides. Come on, the triglycerides later convert into diglycerides. Diglycerides. Diglycerides are converted into monoglycerides, and monoglycerides are converted into fatty acids and glycerols. Fatty acids and glycerols. So these are the complete Ivella under the lipase enzyme only. Here lipase enzyme, here lipase enzyme, here also lipase enzyme. So finally, totally, the lipids are converted into simple form that is called fatty acids and glycerols. Finished. Clear? Lipid digestion takes place in our stomach and small intestine. But in the stomach it is very negligible. But in small intestine, liver, pancreas, intestinal juices, three are involved. Liver just emulsified that, means it is converted into micelles. Emulsified fats are converted into triglycerides, triglycerides, diglyceride, diglyceride, monoglyceride, monoglyceride is converted into, yes, fatty acids and glycerols. It is a simple observable form of the which one? Lipids. Enough, okay? Today class this much is enough. This much enough.